Hey, welcome to Out There. This is Kyle Supley, and today I'm in the Lower East Side of Manhattan to visit a friend of mine who's also a crazy collector who collects lava lamps, glitter lamps, 50s stuff, plastics from the 70s. It all fits in one of these apartments here. Let's go check it out. Out there.
Who is it?
It's Kyle, Bryin. Hello.
Hey, Kyle.
Dolly, yes. You're well dressed as always. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good to see you. I'm good.
Amazing.
Come on in. Now, you and I seem to collect very similar things. How would you describe the items that you collect to our viewers?
I collect high-end plastic from the 60s and 70s. Lava lamps.
Lava lamps and glitter lamps.
And glitter lamps.
Yep. When did you start collecting it?
I collected when I was a little kid. My first lava lamp was from my cousin who was in the Vietnam War, and I was fascinated with it. I was like 3 or something, and he gave it to me.
Was it in his home?
Yeah.
That's so funny. My grandmother had one on her TV set. The decorator version had plastic flowers around the bottom, and I lived for it. And it was the dark blood red lava with yellow liquid.
Yep.
And she said, here's a lava lamp. So I thought, I was like 6. I was like, oh my God, they clarified true lava from a volcano, put it in this lamp. I was blown away. So there's amazing items behind me here. Tell me about this Sputnik chandelier.
Sputnik chandelier is my baby. I bought that when eBay first started, and it was dial-up, and I sat at my computer desk at work and kept hitting refresh, because it has 72 arms, and it's the biggest one I've ever seen. Seconds after I won it, I got an immediate message from some guy, did you buy it for yourself or for resale? And I said, myself. He goes, I'll give you double what you paid for it. I said, no, I want it. And he said, I'll give you triple what you paid for it. And I said, absolutely not, I want it. I blame myself for lava lamps actually getting expensive, because I used to go to the flea markets, find them for nothing. This magazine contacted me and said they wanted to do an article on lava lamps, and I was the expert that everybody talked about.
Wait a minute, was it Collector's Magazine?
Collectibles.
Folks, okay, so that article I saw, in what year was that?
I don't remember. It was
This is like
80s,
late 80s or 90s. I bought that while camping in Scroon Lake in upstate New York and near the Adirondacks. And that's when I was like, holy crap, lava lamps. I saw my grandmother's in that.
Right.
That was you!
It was me.
That's amazing.
And the screwed up part is I didn't know anything about the history of them or anything. And the magazine came out, and I went to the flea market the next week, and there was the most common century lava lamp that everybody has a million of. That was no longer 10, and it was 100. And I said, that's not worth 100. He said, oh, yes, these are very collectible, and shows me my article. So,
oh, man.
yeah, it's my fault.
These.
Those were made in the 60s and 70s. They're called Optimist.
My mother got me this, I think at the Salvation Army when I was a kid. Unbelievable. Hello. This is the amazing Dynamite.
Yeah, the Plunger 8 track and the stereo version's above it, and the cassette version is next to it. And those are all Panasonics. Panasonic did all these weird things. They did this. It's the coffee mug radio, but you could have your photo
Yes.
and have it on your desk.
And you still have the original insert.
Absolutely. It's the operating instructions.
Oh my God, that's amazing. These are cool. I've got the salt and pepper shaker version of this.
She's a speaker.
Oh, she's
the speaker. He's the on-off there, and the tuner's on the top. And then, of course, when they go to bed at night,
oh my God,
they do this. I got this when I was in Chile last November. I was at a flea market, and I saw this, and it looks like a cute little makeup case, nothing. Mm-hmm. And then you open it up.
What?
And it is this amazing record player.
When I first saw this, it wasn't in your first article, I don't think, but
No,
I think I discovered it on oozingoo.com.
They were made for, I believe, 1 year in 1965, if I'm not mistaken. And I ended up buying one that was empty. Everything was there, but there was no liquid or lava. And I kept saying, I have to refill it. But my nemesis on eBay, this great guy named Weebotech.
I know Weebotech, at least the name.
Yeah, and he would outbid me all the time. We'd have bidding wars on eBay for rare lava lamps. And he contacted me and said, well, I'm getting rid of all my lava lamps. Do you want to buy my Imperial? I know that you wanted one. And I was like, oh, absolutely. So he said, I said, how much do you want? He said, I'll sell it to you for $1,200. And I said, can you give me 3 weeks? And I put my empty one on eBay with a buy it now of $1,200 and sold it immediately.
The spaghetti lamp, right? Is that what you would call it?
Spaghetti lamp, yep. These were actually made with balloons.
Get out of here.
Yeah, they blow up a balloon and drip the plastic on it and then pop the balloon.
My grandmother used to get a balloon at Easter. She would dip string in sugar, colored string, and drape it all around the balloon and pop it and have an egg. It was beautiful.
Yep. The particular ones I collect were made by the Majestic Lamp Company, which was a New York company in the 50s.
I love Majestic. They were a radio company first in the 30s and 40s.
Which you informed me of.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
And then they went into the 50s lamps, and which were really wild and crazy. And I heard the company was run by a very out gay man in New York City. So I don't know if that's why they were as flamboyant and as amazing, and why I'm drawn to them. And you, maybe.
Maybe.
Were these made by the Lava Lamp Company, I think, right?
The 2 on the ends were made by the Lava Lamp Company. The one in the middle, I have no idea who made it. This one actually has a bunch of different bulbs in it that blink, and this one actually has the cylinder that turns from the heat of the bulb.
That's, you bring up a good point too, because I've thought about this lately. They've been getting rid of incandescent light bulbs and switching to fluorescent and all these LED things. And I've been freaking out because so much of what we love requires heat from an incandescent bulb.
I stock up.
Here we are in the kitchen, am I right?
Yeah, it's kind of kitschy.
Where did you find all those acrylic grapes?
They used to be a dime a dozen at the flea markets. Nobody wanted them. It's a store display. Again, the only one I've ever seen. And I was in a store that was closing, and they had that there, and I bought it.
Like it was theirs, they were still advertising with it?
Yeah.
This is the Landers, Ferry and Clark Universal, the Diamond.
So you put your toast in here, and then when you needed to flip it over to brown the other side, you would press the button and flip.
Because this is before they figured out to put the coils on either side of the toast. You had to do it yourself.
You had to do it yourself?
But could you do it in any more beautiful way? And this thing would get super hot, right?
Oh my God, yeah. Ta-da! Procter Silex percolator. You put your coffee in. But the best part is on the bottom, there are actual lights. And the lights shoot up. So as the coffee is dripping down from the basket, it's creating this whole psychedelic lava lamp thing.
With your coffee.
With your coffee.
Ah!
So it's the best way to wake up.
We haven't really talked about this yet, but I mean, I think the reason I collect and love all this stuff, especially the mechanical weird stuff, is the era we lived in where we believed that technology and the future and science and outer space were the way of the future. And that's what it was going to be. And it's such amazing to think like, well, you don't need your coffee percolator to light up.
No, you don't.
But to outsell the rest, yours lights up and makes it like an outer space test tube. Like, what
Absolutely.
a world. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in the bedroom where all the magic happens. And this is like how I would want my room to be displayed with glitter lamps. Tell us about this company.
This is Florence Art. I bought this. Thought it was great.
The Master Crafter's Clock.
Master Crafter's Clock. Gotta love it. A couple of years later, spotted that one in the back, that big one, on eBay, and then discovered the world of Florence Art lamps.
And it's so interesting because all these companies were kind of located, including Lava Lamps, in Chicago back in the day. I love this original box, by the way. Do you have any coveted items that you are hoping to get in your collection that you don't have, which is going to be hard, but he's got it all, folks. Yeah. That's amazing.
If anybody out there has a Crestworth Princess lava lamp that you want to give me, that you really want to give me, because, it should be in my collection.
He's got it all.
By all means, just send it over.
The Crestworth was the original lava lamp makers, correct?
They were the ones, they were the inventors, and they licensed it to America.
Right. Call me if you have it. Kyle from out there, thanks, Bryin.
Thanks, Kyle.
Call me.
Thanks.
Da 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 da. Out there. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep those. Anyway, oh my God.
And we both know that.
We've been looking at too many lava lamps today.